All right, guys. So you know what? I don't think y'all quite getting the message. I really don't think you guys are getting the message. So you know what? I'm gonna have to start talking to you guys about Nigerian roots, starting right now. It seems like that's when y'all get that's where y'all actually hear me, right? All this, trying to talk all, Americanized and all that. That's cool. Today we are talking Nigerian and probably moving forward, because that seems to be the only way that you guys are listening, right? So this is gonna be a pretty short video, right? But man, this modern women stuff, man, it is killing y'all. It is killing a lot of people. And I just got a phone call from one of my friends, from one of my friends, and I can tell you right now that it was heartbreaking. It's completely heartbreaking. Like what this guy is going through, completely heartbreaking, and it pisses me off that this guy didn't listen to me. Completely pisses me off that this guy did not listen to me. Right. So this guy, I promised him I'm not gonna name his name. So it is what it is for obvious reasons. But I won this guy, and this guy is my friend. Remember, guys, we're taking this thing back. We're going Nigerian moving forward. It seems like you guys, that's the only way you guys are listening to me. I won this guy. I told this guy, see, you're in your 50s now. Now, let me, there are so many rules that this guy broke. So many rules that this guy broke. Guys, let me tell you something. I'm the guy that's going to teach you what your father didn't teach you. Because obviously, our fathers have really messed us up. And I'm talking about especially us that are either Nigerian or African or whoever it is. I'm not even talking about Jamaican or European or American. No. I'm talking about us Africans. Our fathers have really, really messed us up, man. Like really, really messed us up. There's so many things that our fathers didn't teach us. So many. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. There's so many things our fathers didn't teach us. They just left us. They just told us get married and that was it. So many things that even our mothers didn't teach us. So many things. And what's sad about this whole thing is Africa is one of the most, if not the most religious continents in the whole world. Africa is the most religious continent in the whole world. But the problem with that is simply this: you are taking this religion and bringing it to America. It's not working. This religion that you guys are thinking that is working, it's not working. Here in America, it's not working. It's not working. And this is something that our fathers failed to make us realize. And this is something that hey Tole, hi, hey, how are you? And this is something that even our mothers did not look. I I have a lot of friends who are married. I have a lot of friends who are married, a lot of them. And even them, even they can't tell me anything. They cannot. Why? Because they are married. And these are guys that are older, like in their, pushing 50, 52. And they've been married for like 20, 30 years. What do they know about the modern society? What do they know? What do they know about these modern women? They don't know anything. They haven't dated anyone seriously in 2 decades. And when did this whole thing really start getting crazy? About 2 decades ago. Even in the 90s, things were still okay. There wasn't so much all these modern women stuff and all this garbage. I still remember in 1996, there wasn't all this modern women stuff. No. Yeah, there were women, little girls getting pregnant and this and that. Like the black culture, my God, the black culture is in disarray, complete disarray. And this stuff has got to stop. But anyway, going back to my main topic. Our friends and family, they have been, see, look, everyone in my family, guys, and this is going to be me keeping it real for you guys, right? I will take the bullets for you guys so you guys don't make mistakes. Everyone in my family, everyone in my family, aunties, uncles, my mom, dad, everybody, sisters, everybody, none of them, no divorce. None of them, no divorce. It is me that entered America. It is me that entered America. And I was like, okay, I want to go and find fine girl. I want to go and find fine girl to marry. It's me that has seen the boss. It is me that has seen the boss. You see that? It wasn't until I entered this country that I knew that there was such a thing as divorce. I'd never seen it. I was raised in Africa. I was born in America, sure. My dad took me back home when I was younger, like they all do. And then I came back here when I was like 13, 14. It wasn't until later on that I knew that there was such a thing called divorce and remarriage. Until I got married, I did not know. I did not know what I was getting myself to. Marriage in this country? It is a completely different ball game. Let me tell you something. Look, I'm going to start keeping it real with you guys. All this Pune I've been talking, all this African American language I've been talking, is not sinking in. So no problem. We will talk African with you now. We will talk African today. I'm probably moving forward. We will talk it well so that it enters your memory. My father, as great as he was, he never ever taught me anything about this divorce and remarriage. No, because there was no need to. Absolutely no, there was no need to. For what? My dad doesn't know anything about divorce. My mom doesn't know anything about divorce. My auntie don't know anything about divorce. Even though they were in hellish marriages, a lot of them, they didn't leave. They didn't leave. Some people will say that that's bad. I would say that it's both bad and good. It's bad because sometimes marriages sometimes can be very abusive, especially in Africa. Very, very abusive. It could be. But one thing I do know is it's not abusive all the time. And one thing I give respect to our mothers and our fathers is the fact that at least they kept that family unit together best as they could. Whether the father was enduring abuse, whether the mother was enduring abuse, they still kept that marriage, that family unit together. They still did. But one thing I can tell you without a shadow of doubt, that our fathers and our mothers, they failed us. They have failed us when it comes to relationship. Oh my God, they failed us. Our fathers and mothers did not give us the right education when it comes to this relation thing, and funny enough, if relationships right now in this country is the singular most important thing you can ever do as a man or a woman, picking the right partner. They do all the research on the right school you're going to go to, the right car you're going to get. They make sure that they buy a house so that they can pass it down to you. But when it comes to the knowledge of finding the right wife, no, they failed us. They failed us. And the funny thing is, I can't really blame them because the way this country is, United States, UK, Canada, this is why I tell all you guys, stop dating these women. There's nothing good that's going to come out of this thing, out of dating a westernized woman. It's not possible. Forget about it. Forget about it. It's not going to work. Look, you can try. You can try to maneuver. You can try to convince them to be good parents, to be good mothers, to be good wives. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. No way, no how. You know why it's not going to work? Let me tell you what your father forgot to tell. I'm still going to come back to my friend that he didn't use sense when I was telling him. Oh, we're still getting back to that. But let us lay this groundwork well. We need to lay down this groundwork well. So that I will teach you what your father refused to teach you. I'm going to teach you. You guys don't want to hear my American accent, right? No, okay. We'll talk Nigerian. Maybe that one will sing it. Maybe if I talk to you guys African style, maybe that one will make you wake up. Listen, I've done this marriage thing very well. I'm a marriage expert. Just like Kevin Samuel, late great Kevin Samuel, he was a marriage expert. His marriage failed twice. Me too, I've been married before. It didn't work. We used to say that Kevin Samuel was not tall, handsome, rich. It still didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. That is number one thing. That is the number one thing. Listen. Everybody listen to me right now. Enough of all this nonsense you guys have been dealing with. Enough of it. Enough of it. The first mistake your father and your mother made is this: telling you to go and get a great job so that you can go and find a good wife. That's the first mistake they made. That's the very first mistake that they made. Let me tell you the truth. You guys today we will talk. We will talk real. The first mistake your mother and your father made was, number one, they said, okay, come to America. That's okay. But number two, telling you that you need to get a good job so you can secure a good woman. That's a lie. That's a big, fat lie. We are going to go over the things that our father and our mothers messed up in our lives. And I'm talking about us in our 40s and our 30s. And for all these boys coming up in their 20s, better listen to me well. Listen to me well. Our mothers and our fathers, they messed up. So you think because you have a good job that you're in this country, that you're going to attract a good woman. Let me tell you something. That's just the beginning of your problems. In fact, that's even a bigger problem for you. Let me tell you why. Your father didn't tell you, no problem. Ronaldo will tell you. I will tell you. Let me tell you why that's a big problem. I'm talking about for in this country. Let me tell you why that's a problem. The reason why that's a problem is simply this: you are not a bigger target. You make $250,000, you make $300,000, you make $500,000, make $1 million. You are just a bigger target. That's all. There are some statistics that say, okay, rich people don't really get divorced. It's a lie. It's a lie. Let me tell you something. Jeff Bezos, he divorced. Tyrese, divorced. Kevin Samuel, divorced. The Rock, divorced. Jason Momoa, divorced. Who told you that? Who told you? Idris Elba, divorce. Because I'm richer, that she won't leave me. Who told you that? Who told you that? Look at what Tyrese is going through. Look at what he's going through. Look at his life. Look at his life. Look, she may not divorce you quite so readily. But that, make no mistake, she's just waiting, she's just biding her time. This is something your father didn't tell you. I will tell you today. She's just biding her time. Okay, let me tell you how these women work in this country. Number one, they will say, okay, after 10 years, okay, once it's 10 years and 1 day, I can divorce him. Why? Because in California, perpetual alimony. Forget about it. She's just biding her time. Biding her time. And if she can't wait those 10 years, you know what's going to happen? Okay, she will say, well, I found one of my YouTube subscribers, Cato, I forget his name, Cato Dre or something. He said such a very excellent quote. He said, women, when they marry you, they want, while you are married, he said it so well. He said, while you are married, they want to take half your stuff. Then after they divorce you, they want the other half. Women, Western women, while they are married to you, they want half your stuff. That's why they say, okay, you must pay all the bills. Why would they not say pay all the bills? Then after they have not left you, they'll not say, okay, no, I want the other half. Alimony. You see that? See your life. Your father didn't tell you what I'm about to tell you. When it comes to American women, look. Let us get something straight now. I need everybody to get this thing straight. Your father didn't tell you this, but I will tell you. No problem. Don't worry. Let them abuse me well. You guys don't just listen. They will abuse me. They'll say, okay, who hurt you? Okay, he's bitter. Okay, he's this. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. I'm bitter. I'm hurt. No problem. I will take the bullets for you. I will expose what Kevin Samuel was really trying to say. The Nigerian style. Let's get this thing real. Let's talk. Today we'll talk. We'll talk real today. So listen to me. Just because you make more money does not mean that this woman is going to stay. And I'm going to highlight this with the story I'm about to tell you about how my friend yesterday just left jail. I'm going to highlight this with when I start this story. You understand? Okay, Yemi, Yamo, how far? You are assuming our fathers and mothers knew better. Yamo, you came late. You came late. I already addressed this. Yamo, I'm telling you, bro, that our fathers and mothers, they didn't even have to tell us this because they didn't even know that it was going to be this bad. They could not have foreseen that. No, it can't be. Imagine. How could they have known that America was going to turn out to be this bad? It's not possible. It's not possible. No way. No way. See, Yami, in Nigeria, there's hardly anything as divorce like that. No, it's not like that. The fathers, okay, they sleep around this and that, blah, blah, okay, that's fine. Mothers take abuse, that's fine. We understand that. I'm not saying that it's fine, but yes, these things happen. But at the very most, there will be some separation. That's about as bad as it gets. But the mother still stays in the house. The father will be coming in and going out and so that, but the father knew that there's no something at divorce. That house will, the house will be there, no problem. The children will be, he will pay for the children's school fees. Standard. Food is always at home. House is always there. Housemaid is always there. All those things, fathers knew, our fathers, they knew how to do those things. But here's the catch. Here's the catch. They knew how to do those things back home in Africa. Back home in Africa. But, guys, let me tell you the second thing that our fathers failed to educate us on is this. Our fathers failed to educate us in this. They thought, and they still think, even including our married friends and family, they think that traditional value still works in this modern society of America. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And it's not going to work. Listen, are you guys under the impression that there's anything that's going to change in this America? It's not going to work. If there's nothing going to change. When it comes to this relationship thing, when it comes to marriage divorce, I'm an expert. Believe me. Kevin Samuels too. He was an expert. Me too. I'm an expert. He and I, we have the same degree. In marriage and divorce, we have the same degree. We know it very well. Very, very well. You are telling me that you are trying to bring traditional values to modern women in this country. Are you mad? Did somebody cast a spell on you that you can't remove yourself? Are you mad? Traditional value. Traditional value to Western women? Well, I'm not mad. Wait, are you guys smoking crack? Traditional marriage, traditional values to American Western women. Are you mad? Who told you that these Western women deserve that? Who, in fact, if you even try, listen, if you even try to put your Western values on a modern woman, you will have constant contention in that family. It's not going to work. Look. Let's be real today. Today will be real. No holds barred. We'll talk today. Let me tell you what's really, let me tell you what's all these feminist movements, all these woke movements, listen, it is destroying. Let me tell you the thing that kills me. This is another thing that our fathers didn't teach us. We're still on point number 2. Listen. You think that because you are okay, you are bringing your traditional values to a modern woman, right? Let that make sense. Oil and water, it doesn't mix. Okay. So now you think you are the traditional man. You are thinking, you're under the impression that, okay, that if I'm just a nice guy, I'm a nice guy, I don't want to rock the boat to my family, I pay all the bills, I make sure it's happy wife, happy life, I make sure I do all those things, that, okay, my marriage will last. You are a fool. Who told you that? Who told you? Are you under the impression that Western women today, are you under the impression that they like good things? No. Let us talk today. Enough of all this. Enough is enough. I know all these women, okay, the women that have been watching, they will say, oh, he's just bitter. Look, I've passed the stage of bitterness. At one point, yes, I was bitter. Why lie? Oh, yes, I was bitter at one point. When my wife left me, I was, who would not be bitter? I was very bitter. No doubt about it. I was bitter. But listen, I have passed that stage. You know what I am now? It's not even, giving up is not even the right word. Let me tell you what I am now. I have accepted reality. I am indifferent. I'm completely indifferent. And another thing that our fathers fail to make us realize is this. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. Today we'll talk. This is point number 3. Another thing that our fathers fail to make us realize is this. They fail to truly make us understand woman's nature. The nature of a woman, I'm telling you, the nature of a woman, our fathers didn't teach us that. Our fathers may have taught us, okay, how to be traditional men, sure, especially if you're from Africa, absolutely. There are nothing but alpha males in Africa. Oh, no. African men, we are too many alpha males. That's why Nigerians, when we come to this country, we laugh at struggle. Like, what's this? What's the meaning about this? When we come over, when Nigerians come, we take over. Come on. All the doctors in this country, most of the doctors, male doctors in this country, they are Nigerian. Of course. Why not? Look at how Nigerian music is just taking over. Afrobeat, where did it come from? Nigerians, we take over. That's just who we are. We are alphas. It is what it is. We will find a way. It's very hard to find an abject, a Nigerian in this country that is an abject poverty. It's not possible. No. You're not going to find a Nigerian. Nothing wrong with him mentally or physically. Nothing. Who is an abject poverty. You may see some poor Nigerians, but no. You're not going to see some abjectly poor. No. Nigerians, we will make a way. Make no mistake. We will find a way. Anyway, that's not the point. One thing that our fathers failed to make us realize is this, guys, is they did not truly help us understand what is the nature of women, especially in this case, Western women. Western guys, listen to me. I need you guys to understand something. When I'm talking about women, I am not talking about all women. So everybody, please respect yourself. Respect yourself. Don't start coming to me saying that, oh, not all women. Who doesn't know that it's not all women? Who doesn't know? Listen, we know it's not all women. We know. It is surely not like this in Asia. Definitely, it's not like this in Africa. Oh. It's not like this. Is it in Africa where these women are suffering? That you might be saying, I'm a mother woman. You are who? You are who? But what I'm talking about, I'm specializing this, all my future videos, and what I'm talking about today, on the American or Western women, because they are all screwed up and they think they are doing something. They ain't doing anything. They are doing nothing. All of them. You know, well, these American women. How much are they making? How much is the average black woman making in this country? She's thinking she's doing something. $28,000. Nonsense. See your mouth. $28,000. And she'll still be saying what? I'm the price. Price of what? Price of what? I make 28K, 20,000. And the average black man in the Western society makes $42,000. Who is the price? Who is the price? Nonsense. Now, going back to this nature of the Western women, the nature. Guys, I can tell you this without any shame or any other thing. Even they will confess in private quarters. They'll tell you this. Western women are perpetually, in fact, they are synonymous with selfishness, period. Synonymous with selfishness. What do I mean by that? Let me tell you what I mean by that. Listen to me. The average Western woman, in fact, I can say it with all audacity, most Western women, let's forget story. They're all about themselves. It is all about them. It is all about them. Meaning, what can I get? What can I get out of this relationship? Guys, how many people started telling you about the story of this, my friend, who just got out of jail? Don't worry. I am laying down the groundwork. Don't worry. I'm laying down the groundwork very well. It will shock you. When I start telling you all the mistakes this guy made, you guys, some of you guys who are not married, you start to wake up and say, you know what? This guy, don't worry, we'll get there. The average Western woman is perpetually selfish. What can I get from, and listen to me very well. Okay, Bodara, listen to me. Listen. Don't think because she's African living in America that she's not now a Western woman. No, she is now a Western woman. Forget about it. Unless she has strong, and I do mean strong parents and friends who are married, who have their stuff together, who are intact. Let me tell you something. She is subject to flee. She is subject to change her mind. Definitely. No doubt about it. Listen, I'm an expert at losing marriage. Expert. Today, we'll keep it real today. We will keep it real today. Let me even tell you something. Women will always say, it's always the women, these nonsense women. They will always say, okay, they'll say, you know what they always, this is what they always say to me. This is what they always say. Oh, he's bitter, he's hurt. Yeah. He's bitter. Bitter. Guy, let me tell you something. When I was going through my divorce, when I was going through it, I thought there's something I didn't try to do to secure it. You know, in the background, God was saying, guy, it's over. Don't even try it. Let me tell you, for all you guys who may be going through a divorce or going through issues, let me tell you how you know that it is God that has closed this door. Dad, I'm an expert at this marriage thing and divorce. Let me tell you, right now. Let me tell you right now. How you know that God is not in this thing at all? He's out. Let me tell you. If you are trying and trying and trying to get this woman to stick with you, if you are trying and trying and trying to get this woman to stick with you, these are the signs that God is out of it. Number one, she will be unreasonably stubborn. I do mean unreasonable. There is meaning. What do I mean by that? There is nothing you can tell this woman. She's not going to listen. She's not be looking at you. She's not be looking at you like, look at this simp, look at this idiot. Oh, there. She'll be making fun of you. That's the first thing. Meaning you are in this thing. You are trying to make this thing work. Yes? Okay. Listen to me. You are trying to make this thing work. I'm trying to tell you how you know that God is not in this thing at all. It's time for you to leave. Number two, and she's unreasonable stubborn. Okay. Number two, you try to approach either her friends and or her family. They too are not with you. Meaning their heart, they are not even trying to save up this thing. They are not really trying. Like you are trying to reach out to them, but they are not even, they don't even send you. They say, look, guy, really, well, really what? What do you mean? What are you trying to tell me? They don't respond to you. That's the second sign. Second sign that God is not with you in this marriage. He never even wanted you to be in this thing at all. Right? Okay. Number three. Now, this is the final case. Then after I say the final one, then I'll now tell you other things that are other things. Number three reason why I can say that, okay, God has left this thing. Let me tell you. If after you guys have separated, listen to me, this one is probably the most important part. Okay. If after you guys have separated, right? Okay. And all the doors are closed behind you, meaning she does not leave any room for communication anymore. The family and friends do not leave any room for communication anymore. It's over. Forget about it. Walk away. God is, look, don't even try. God is out. Let's talk truth today. Let us talk the truth today. These are some of the things that your father did not tell you. That, listen, if you are going to marry in this country, you must be aware of. Because let me tell you something. You better be aware of it because you are going to have children with this woman. You are going to have children with this woman who is more than likely to change her mind in the future against you. You are going to have children with this woman, and she's more than likely to change her mind against you. They say, okay, the divorce rate right now, okay, is 56%. Okay, no problem. It's 56%. But listen, in the Black community, it is 75%. That's in 5 years. Divorce rate in the Black community, 75%. 90% of the time, who is the one that filed divorce? Woman. Listen, listen, your father did not teach you about the nature of woman. The Western woman, I will teach you today. Let's fight today. All you women that say, okay, he's hurt. He's still hurt. Hurt for what? Me hurt. Me. Who, listen, guys, listen, don't worry. I've heard it all. They will say, okay, who hurts you? My retort to these silly women who are obviously, they're not logical thinkers. Who hasn't hurt any man before? What is silly something? Who hurts you? I think that's supposed to mean anything to me. Who hurts you? Oh, yes. When you're going through a divorce, oh, yes. It is a very hurtful thing. Oh, yes. But if you think for one freaking second, if you are thinking that the reason why I started this YouTube thing, The reason why I'm streaming is because I'm in any way bitter or in any way that I'm angry at women. You are sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. In fact, oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. Guys, I've never said this before. I have never ever said this before. Let me tell you something. I am a very spiritual person. And when I say spiritual, meaning, no, I'm not that spiritual. No. What I'm saying is the God of the Bible, that's the one I pray to. You guys can do what you want to do. We'll talk more about this later. But anyway, the God of the Bible is who me I serve. Listen to me. When I finally knew that this marriage, God was out of it, imagine me, a whole me, after when we've gone through the separation, come see depression. Imagine. Most men, they go through this thing. Look at Tyrese. He's going through this thing. What Tyrese is going through, I've been through it. I've been through it. We have all been through it. Okay. Let me tell you what happened to me one day. When we're going through the separation, I moved out. She stayed in her place. No problem. See meal. Nonsense meat. And this red pill, blue pill stuff, we'll get to that. That thing changed my life. Listen to me. This is when I knew God had slammed a nail in the coffin with this marriage. God that is out, that hates divorce. He hates it so bad. Let me tell you what happened to me one day when I was going through my depression. The first 6 months when you are separated from your wife, especially for men. Remember, we're talking about nature of women. When we talk about, especially when we're talking about men, it is like a death because we feel like we're failed. This is what is happening to Will Smith. He feels like he has failed. I know this thing. He does not want to leave Jada Pinkett Smith because he feels like he has failed. He feels like he failed the first marriage. We'll get to that later. Who told him to leave his first wife? You see your life. Now, the reason why he's holding on to this Jada Pinkett because he does not want to experience another failure. All of a sudden, I digress. What did it for me? Because when me and my ex were communicating for, separated and everything, not that we're communicating, it was me that was doing most of the communicating. Because as men, we feel like our family is ours. Like we have to protect it. We are problem solvers. There's a problem, let's solve it. That's just how men are. That's just how men are. Women, story. They ain't solving anything. Once they are out. You ain't begging them. In fact, the more you beg, the worse it gets for you. You are just thinking yourself a hole. Forget about it. Once a woman in her mind is gone, she is gone. Forget about it. Listen to me. Hold your dignity. Hold your dignity. Keep your dignity. Don't need to beg. Keep it. She's gone, bro. Otiloni, she's gone. Don't try it. She's gone. Anyway, going back. And another thing, the first 6 months after separation is always the toughest. So for all you men who may in the future go through it, I don't wish that on anybody, but if you do, and all you guys that are going through it, understand this. If you truly love this woman, the first 6 months of separation is always the toughest, and you will go through it. God is not going to be there to go and put a warm blanket over you. Nothing. He's not going to be there to hold your hand. He's not going to be there when you are going through the divorce court. He's not going to be there to wipe your tears. No, you are going to be there by yourself. Oh yes, yeah, you're going to be there by yourself. Let me tell you something. Now, here is what God did for me. That for 6 months I was communicating, trying to make it work, still doing things for her little by little. One day I was sleeping. And I tell you guys, with all audacity, I am not lying to you. No need to lie. Guys, what am I lying to you for? Look, as soon as I end this stream, I forget about you. I keep it moving. I go about my business. Those of you who want me to continue doing this, I'll continue. You guys want to ask me questions, I'll answer your questions. No problem. But for the bottom line, hey, I'm moving on. Listen, whether you want to believe me or not is your own business. But I'm telling you the reality. This is what happened to me. Okay, good. One day I was sleeping. One day I was sleeping I was sleeping, going through serious depression. I said, what? You gave vows in front of God and you just broke it for the stupidest reason. No reason. We just couldn't survive you. That's our reason. Okay, no problem. One day I was sleeping. I tell you this. I've seen Jesus Christ 3 times. 3 times in my dreams, 3 times. And I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like. I know his temperament. I know what it looks like. Okay, all the things that Jesus Christ is black. He's not black. He's not black. I can tell you that. He looks like he's from Israel. That's exactly what it looks like. How tall is he? He's not tall. He's about 5'7". Yep. If you saw him walking down, but one thing I can tell you about Jesus Christ is this. The Jesus Christ that I've seen 3 times, the same person. 3 times. Let me tell you something. Very handsome. He's a very handsome. That's number one. Number two, his eyes. My God. The eyes of Jesus. My God. Let me tell you what Jesus Christ's eyes look like. Handsome man, very unassuming, pleasant to be around. Not very gentle. But his eyes, my God. Let me tell you what his eyes look like. His eyes, when he looks at you, let me tell you what his eyes look like. They look like this. Lie to me if you dare. That's the best way. That's the best way I can explain it. Lie to me if you dare. That's all I can, in my human way of thinking. When he looks at you, you know that you dare not lie to him. Don't even try it. He's not playing games with you. But still, he's just peaceful. When you see him, it's just peaceful. I don't know what else to say. He's peaceful, but when he looks at you, lie to me if you dare. He does not take any kind of disrespect. His eyes demand it. I'm telling you true talk. So anyway, moving forward. When I was dreaming, he just came suddenly, and I knew he was. He came suddenly into my dream. While he was in my dream, he was like it's like he was talking to somebody else, like doing something else. And then he just looked at me. And this is exactly what Jesus is like. Oh my God. It's so funny. He's a bit funny as well. This is exactly what Jesus is like. You know what he said? He and God, I've heard God 3 times as well. He and God, they don't talk too much. They are not parrots. I can tell, okay, this is a personality of God. They don't talk too much. They don't waste their voice too much. Let me tell you what Jesus Christ said to me. Oh, God, stick to the divorce doctor. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, me, don't worry. We'll get there. I'm coming. I just have to lay down the groundwork. No problem. Let me tell you what he said to me. He told me, when he looked at me, he said, oh, by the way, leave her. And he just walked out of my dream. And I woke up. That was it. From that day, I tell you, I didn't even bother even wasting another single breath trying to pursue my ex-wife. It was over. Even she would tell you, you asked her today. No, there was a time where I just stopped. That was it. Now, going back to this, how does all this relate to what I'm talking to you guys about? Telling you some of the things that our fathers didn't tell us. Modern women in this country are perpetually selfish. What do I mean? Let's dig a little bit deeper into that before I get to my story about my guy who was in handcuffs just as of 12 hours ago. What do I mean by that? Listen to me. Modern women in the United States, they want 2 things. And let me tell you something. Let Let me tell you something. If you are not able to continuously satisfy these two main things that Western modern women want, forget about it. You're on the clock. Let me tell you what. Number one, what it's just two things they want. And it's really just one. They want your resources. Modern women, they're only after one thing. Which love is that? Love? What did you say? Love? Are you mad? Love? Love? Respect? What are you talking about? Love? Forget all these modern women talking about, oh, they want love. Which love is it that you think that which love? Nonsense. Stop listening to what modern women say. Observe what they do. You are never safe. They want resources. Really, two parts of that resources. Number one, they want your financial resources. That's what they now quote. Oh, I want security. I want to be safe. Still, it's all financial resources. That's number one. Number two, they want your seed resource. That's it. What else? After those two things, there's nothing else they want. They don't want love. They don't want love. Who told you that? Who told you they want love? That is why modern Western women, haven't you noticed that it is bad boys that always are the most successful with them? Explain that to me. The Pookies, the Rares, why do you think all these women and American women, they are fine? They can be very beautiful in the face. But explain this to me. Why is it that you don't realize that? Why is it that they like rappers so much? Why is it that they like rappers so much? Or why is it that they like bad boys, Pookies, Rares, the ones that have tattoo, dreadlocks, all that? Hey, you must explain that to me. You must explain that to me. The reason why they like that thing so much is simply this. See, bad boys, they exude confidence. They are typically alpha in their mentality and they are dangerous. Women like their emotions to be tingled. So, what does that alpha personality mean? It means he's a go-getter, he's a doer. He will do anything to get that money. Women like that. Women like that. Oh, they love that. He's a drug dealer, he's a rapper. Oh, yeah. Why do you think Drake of all people, he gets any kind of woman? Why? The reason why he gets all kind of women is because he's a provider. He has the financial resource. Remember, I'm trying to tell you the nature of women, Western women. Number two, now to fulfill that biological clock, this is the second thing they want men for. They need your seed. They need to have children just so that they can have children. Listen to me. Why is it that modern Western women, why is it that they are so prone to be single mothers? The reason why they are so prone to be single mothers is because once they have your child, they are fulfilled both. They are literally fulfilled both the objectives. Number one, they are fulfilled their biological clock. Number two, they know that money from somewhere is coming for the next 18 to 21 years of their life. Whether from you or from the government. But once they have a child, in fact, it's both. Number one, child support. Don't worry. Child support for the next 18, 21 years. That's now your new life. Number two, the government must take care of them. They must provide them housing. And those women no. They are experts at finding that child support, and they are experts at finding those government little trinkets. They are experts at it. So once a woman has a child in this country, that is all she needs to be safe financially for the rest of her life. That's it. What do you think happened with Tyrese? What do you think happened with Tyrese? Do you think it was Tyrese that she liked? Do you think Tyrese, upon all his swag and money, do you think that's what she was looking for? No. She did not like Tyrese before. No, that one was just, it was just what do we call that? How do we Nigerians call it? Yemi, help me. What do they call it? How do you say that? What they call, Americans call it finesse, right? She just finessed him. Tyrese's wife just finessed him. She didn't like Tyrese. She probably thought it was corny. But what Tyrese had, Tyrese was able to fulfill the two primary things that women need: financial resources and your seed resource. He gave that to her. Once she had, isn't it so funny? A year after this girl secured that child, she was out. She was out. She was out. Why? Guess what? The mother had already told her that guy, see, come on, baby girl, look, wisen up. You already have a child with this man. That is $20,000 for basically the rest of your life. Now Tyrese is paying $20,000 for the rest of his, but for the next 18 to 21 years. That's 240,000. Listen to me, tax free. Tax free. No tax. Tax free, 20K per month. Tyrese is paying. You're just a target. Who do you think you're talking to? Yes, now, Yemi, you know it's true. Who do you think you are dealing with these American women? Who do you really think you are dealing with? These are seasoned vets. They know what they are doing. Oh yes. And she only makes 160K yearly. Of course. Okay, but Yemi, check that out. She makes 160K yearly, and then on top of that, 240K per year. She said 400K. What was she using Tyrese for? Influence. Without Tyrese, her YouTube numbers wouldn't be where she is. It's because of her YouTube, of who she married, that now her YouTube presence is so big. Now she's making 400K, all because she married this soccer Tyrese, who should have known better. But then again, I asked myself this question: really? She said, well, she signed the prenup, but guys, you see, she took Tyrese to the cleaner. Of course, she took Tyrese to the cleaner, and she's still dealing with him. Yeah, I mean, it's true. She's still dealing with him. She's trying to take even more money. She's trying to break that prenup. You see that? You see that? The guy has spent $1 million in courts. Imagine. So this is what I tell you guys, the things that our fathers didn't tell us. Right? You think because you make money that this woman is going to stay, that this woman is going to respect you, that this woman is going to be submissive to you. She will do it for a while. It's only for a little while. It's only for a little while. Now, let me tell you the holy grail where I can strongly predict that. Give it some more time. She's out. Woe to you if your wife ever makes more money than you. Woe to you. She's out. She will bide her time, but she's out. She's out. Especially if your wife makes, okay, let's say your wife makes like 300-400K. Okay. It's still okay if you're one of those guys that make 150-200K. It's still okay. That's a good one. That's a good answer. Yeah, I know. You're in the top 5%, 5 to 1% of all men. That's still good. But if you're a guy that she's making 400K and you're making 50-60K, it's not gonna work. I keep it real with you. It's not gonna work. Because women date across and up. They never date down. It is us men. We are the romantic ones. We are the ones that go and marry one girl from Burger King because she's fine. Oh, there. You see that? You're only going for looks. Of course. We are the stupid ones. We are the ones that will go and find one girl. But women are in business. Listen, American women, they are in business. Listen, this is a business transaction. Let me tell you two things you will never hear in court. Let me tell you two things you will never hear in court. God and love. When it comes to this divorce thing, you will never hear those two things, God and love. This same God that you pray to every day, you go to church, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. Once that woman had decided to change her mind that, look, I no longer want to be married to you, guess what? There's nothing God can do. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real with you. Nothing. It's over. Well, let me not blaspheme. Let me not say that there's nothing God can do. God can save the marriage. But still, he is not going to force that woman to stay. If she wants to go, God is like, well, look, she does not want it. Let her go. He's not going to, God, listen, one thing I know about God, he's not in the business of forcing anybody. You either will choose to do or you won't. He doesn't force anybody, or else it's not just. Why would I force anybody? But going back to the main message. Okay. Now, guys, let me now enter the fallacy of my friend. Oh my God. But once again, before I do, I can tell you this. I can tell you guys this. What my friend is going through, he is going through this thing because he is still blue-pilled. Guys, I'm telling you, I never believed in such red pill, blue pill, purple pill, yellow pill, or I didn't know anything about it. What's my own? This pill, the black pill, white pill, I don't know. Ah, you better know very well. All these passport bros, all these people, do you think that these passport bros are guys that can't get women in America? Who do you think you are? Do you think I'm a guy? Do you think I'm me? You think me, I'm a guy that has any problem getting a girl in this United States? Are you mad? Let's not even talk about Africa. Oh, fuck. When I that, Yami, you know now. About lọ sí Naija báyìí, ó ti tán fáwọn girls ẹ̀ ó ti tán. It's over. Once we enter Nigeria like this, they know they can smell it. It's too easy. Not to talk America. In fact, I'm getting Western American girls is the easiest thing in the world. Very easy. Very, very easy. I have some ruthless friends. Guys, remember what I was telling you guys before? Women like bad boys. Listen, guys, okay. Let me tell you another thing that our fathers fail to make us realize. Let me tell you another thing. Trying to make you believe that good is good and bad is bad. Let me put it this way. When it comes to Western women, right? Okay. Bad is good, good is bad. Our fathers didn't teach us that. Bad is good, good is bad. And listen to me, all you guys, listen to me. This also means while you are married, good is bad, bad is good. Women like chaos. You didn't know that, oh, you would know that today. Women love chaos. I'm not talking about all women. I've already prefaced that from the beginning, guys. Listen, I'm not talking about women that have sense. I'm talking about Western women. They love chaos. Oh, they love it. So guess what? Be chaotic. You want to attract a Western woman? Be chaotic. Be chaotic. Be the agent of chaos. That's the only thing that they respond to. That's the silly, silly women. Be chaotic. What do I mean by that? Okay. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Let's say you are dating plenty women. You are dating this woman, she's in your house. And one other girl starts texting you and calling you. Leave the phone there. Let her see it. Oh, your father didn't teach you that one. Don't give her too much attention. Be about your business, your purpose. Don't call her. What are you calling her for? You see her on the weekend. Chaos. When a woman is talking nonsense, when she's in your presence, she's getting a bit masculine. Right then and there. Anywhere. You put her in check. You know me. You know, tell her to put her in check right there. Chaos. That's her testing you. That's her testing you. What are you trying to say? Let me explain what I mean by that. You know, a woman will try to test you, like let's say you're out, she'll start raising her voice at you. Eh? Let me tell you how me I respond to such women. When a woman, whether wife, girlfriend, whoever it is, when they start, when the octave of their voice starts getting a little bit high, and they start being naggy and being a little bit bitchy, the way I look at them, I say, eh? What are you trying to wait? What are you doing right now? That stops it right then and there. They know that don't play with me. You stop it right. Anytime a woman raises her voice at you, you look at her with one kind of stupid look. Eh? Wait. What are you trying to do right now? What's this you're doing? What's this you're doing? Let her know that no, this is foreign to me. You are behaving masculine. You wouldn't want me to behave feminine. So why are you behaving masculine? What do you think this is? What do you think this is? This is something our fathers didn't teach us. But because of a woman's beauty, because you are so thirsty, because if I don't secure this one, only God knows the next time I'm going to eat. Only God knows the next time I'm going to find a girl like this. My God. See that? You have lost. You have lost. Me, right now, guys, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm not saying I do this anymore. I don't. I'm trying to be a very good boy now. But let me tell you something. Listen, guys, I've done a lot of bad things in my life. Especially with these women. I've been a very, very bad boy. But let me tell you something. It is in me that if I go out on Friday night, that same day, that same night, in 2 to 3 hours, there's a girl giving me a blowjob in my car. No issue. No issue. It is in me. Even God knows it's in me. No problem whatsoever. It has happened plenty times. No issue. Which kind? I blowjob in my car. And she's texting her boyfriend. No, I just don't feel like Polagba. Polababa, I see you. I didn't ignore you. I just saw your stuff right now. Pola. So now it's like those things are easy. I've gotten to the stage in my life where it's like, what is it exactly that I'm looking for in a woman now? Believe me, okay, I'm not thirsty for sex. I know what it feels like. It's warm. 20% of the time it's good. 20%. The other 80%, well, okay, basically, basic. Most of these guys, they're mocking, their back will be so straight. Or they're mocking, very, very useless girls. For these African American girls, no. Those ones, they are experts. Oh no. But it's these African girls. Anybody. Anyway, moving forward. Now, let's talk about how did my friend mess up his life. All right. Let's talk about this. My friend is a classic blue pill guy who does not know what's up. Guy, when I start telling you his story, you say, what did you say? Yes, it's exactly it. My friend is in his 50s, early 50s. Check this story out. He just left jail last night. Yeah, this. My friend, he's in his 50s, right? Okay. Now, watch this. He went to go and marry a 55-year-old African American woman that is completely westernized, that has a child. That is not working. That is a divorcee. That is cantankerous, bitter, quarrelsome, and she is now demanding that the guy pays her $1,000 per week. My God, what happened to this guy? Classic. He's blue pilled. Guy, this is the part that killed me. He is a Nigerian man. Nigerian man marrying a 55-year-old Western woman who has a child, who is divorced, and very quarrelsome. Tell me where you have heard this story before. Who is not working? And guess what? Guess what this guy, my friend, guess what this guy is doing? Because he's evil, he's traditional. He says, no, you must not work, you must stay at home. Oh my God. This guy, I warned him. I said, my guy, I am not for divorce. I'm not. God knows my heart. I'm not for it. Because there are two types of women. There are two, this we're talking about the nature of women. See, women by nature are very chaotic. They are very naggy. They are very emotional. No, that's like that's like you spanking a dog for barking. That's like you spanking a dog for licking food off the floor. When he sees food, he will eat. That's just what dogs do. No, that's different. That's just the dog being a dog. Women, being, that's just the, woman being, a little bit quarrelsome, a woman being a little bit feisty. That's just their nature. No, that's different. This woman, she is dangerous. Okay, now, okay, this is another thing your father didn't teach you. There are all women for the most part are nagging. They are emotional. The minds are subject to change. That's women for you. You must learn how to control and to deal with such women. That's fine. That's normal. But she is a different breed, dangerous. And what I'm trying to teach you guys today is this. This is what most of these Western women are. They are dangerous. We understand that women are selfish. Oh, yes. They are all about self-preservation. Self-preservation. How can I preserve myself and my children? They don't care about you. But then there are other women, which is most Western women, who I would now say they are dangerous. These kind of women are the women that will put you on child support. These kind of women are the kind of women that before they even marry you, they have already planned their way out. They have already planned it. Don't try it. Before they marry you, they already know how they're going to get out. These are dangerous women. These are also the kind of women that will send you to jail for no reason. Let me tell you what happened to my friend. And I warned this guy because this guy had called me before. He had been telling me that, listen, I'm having issue in my family. This woman is just, and God, imagine. He now took this woman with her child. They are living in his house. And this woman is still giving him problem. I tell you guys, with all audacity, I'm telling you, Western women, they love chaos. But you are a nice guy. The two don't mix. Nice guys get eaten alive in the United States. Oh, they get eaten alive. In fact, the better you do financially, the worse you are off. You have, in fact, the worse you are. In fact, judges, oh, they like rich guys. Oh, guys, let me give you another tip that you do not know. All these judges, have you ever noticed why they always give the children to the mothers 95% of the time? And why they are always so why they're always so quick to give so much money to the mothers? 95% of the time, it is about 95% of the time, the mothers are the ones that get custody of the children. Have you ever noticed that? Why? And why when it comes to prenup, a judge is looking for ways to break it up so you can pay money. Let me tell you why. Did you know that when you're on child support, eh? Let me child support. Let's say you pay the mother $1,000, right? Guess what? The government is getting about 66% on top of that. The government is paying the child support collection agency. Out of that money, right? The judge's retirement comes out of that per state. All these judges' retirement, all this money that they're collecting from child support, guess what? How do you think this judge's retirement, where do you think that money is coming from? Someone has to pay for it. Oh, yes, you didn't know that, did you? Oh, today you will know. It is coming from your child support. That is why the child support collection agency, they are in business to collect your money. Oh, you didn't know that. That is why the judges, they side with the women most of the time. Why? Because it is out of that money. Because they know it is the man that works. Most of the time, it is the man that works, and it is the man that makes more money. Oh, and by the way, listen, it is not so much that the judges are against the men. It's not necessarily. It just so happens that it is the men that make the most money. It is the men that do the most work. Believe me, if the roles were reversed, don't worry, the judges will come against the women too. All these judges, the money, they know this thing. The money for their retirement comes from this child support collection. That is why the government in America, they are so opposed to marriage. Because divorce is big business to lawyers, to the government, to the child support collection agency, to the judges, to the prison system. It is big business, bro. Big business. Big business. So, going back to my friend. All right, check this out. This guy has been having problems with this girl. He had been calling me for the past 2 months saying that, look, this thing, she's arguing with me, this and that. Sometimes he put me on the phone. I will hear the way this woman talks to him, this and that, blah, blah, blah. He had already told me his story, how they met, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Look, I told this guy, brother, this woman is dangerous. She's going to get you in trouble. Number one, she's not African. She's not African. So there's no you are already kind of behind the ball. Let me keep it real with you. You're already behind the ball. If you're an African trying to marry a Western, let me tell you why it is. Let me tell you, honestly speaking, I'm going to be very honest with you. Let me keep it real with you guys now. Let me keep it very real with you guys. One of the main reasons why I think it is not a good idea for an African to marry an African American or a westernized woman is simply this. They know that African men are very traditional. And the African man will do anything to support the wife and the family. They know that. Guys, what do you think this is? Wait, what do you think this is? Do you think that why do you think, guys, okay, be real. Let's be honest. Why do you think Nigerians have taken over America? Why? Why do you think Nigerians have taken over? Why do you think Nigerians have taken over? Because they know we Nigerians, as much as we are so braggadocious, we Nigerians, as much as they know as we are braggadocious, they know that Nigerians love to spend money because of our egos. Oh, and the Western woman, she will be there to oblige you. Oh, you want to spend money? You want to do ego thing? You want to pop bottles? No problem. They will twerk African American women. They can twerk. What? Oh, they are bastards with Uber. Oh, very wicked women. They know how to get us. They are experts. Experts. Western women, they are experts at knowing how to collect Nigerian men's money. That's why they like us so much. Because they know that we still hold on to that traditional norms that our fathers foolishly gave us. And they know that, okay, you know what? Look, I just want his money. He will pay some of my bills. All I have to do is give them sex. Is it? Come. Do you think that these women give two craps about sex? Do you think that these Western women, do you think they give do you think that they care about sex? Listen, this is not just black women. This is white women too. Do you think they care about sex? Do you think they consider their body to be holy? It's nothing. It's nothing. They're looking for sugar daddies. Only fans and so on and so forth. Only fan women make serious money. Serious money. Serious money. Oh, it's a good business. Give me out the woman. Well, no. It's a good business. It's a good business to get into. Very unholy business, but it's good. It's a good business. It's a good hustle. So all the simps and stupid men, that's another thing I would never understand about this OnlyFans something. Listen, you have P sites that you can go for free, but instead, you foolish you say no. I must spend $10 to $100 to be paid per month on this OnlyFans. I would never understand why somebody would ever choose to pay for it. I would never understand that. That is a special kind of stupidity. Going back to my friend, right? He has been calling me for the past 2 weeks. He's telling me that he's having problems. I told this guy, I said, guy, first of all, what were you thinking about marrying a 55-year-old woman? When they married, they've only been married for 18 months. When they married, she was 55. I said, first of all, wait, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Do you know what he told me? And this is what gets a lot of you guys. That once again, this is another thing that your father didn't tell you, but I will tell you. Let me tell you what happened. He had been divorced before. Divorced. When he was at his lowest, she now came into the scene to bandage him up a little bit. That's how he fell. Ordinary jollof rice, she can't do. Nonsense. Jollof rice, she can't. Let's not even start talking about the egusi and ewedu and stuff like that. She can't do it. No, she can't do that. But when it comes to spending that money, she knows how to spend that money very well. Anyway, I was telling this boy, I told him, guy, from my experience when it comes to marriage and divorce, you guys see the name of my page now. It's Divorce Matters. From my experience, my guy, not gonna work. You're fooling yourself. I told him, I said, guy, it's not gonna work. I said, you don't see anybody that comes to me to talk about their marriage problems. Me, I'm such an expert. I went through what I went through. Now it's starting to make sense to me now. I went through what I went through in my marriage. I went through what I went through in my marriage so that I can educate you guys. Look, guy, this ain't gonna work. 2 seconds. I already know. I peeped the game. I have peeped the game. That's Sorensen. Let's talk today. Listen, maybe God gave me this heart because what's my own? I say anything what I want to say. If you don't like it, to hell with you. Somebody has to say it. And I just start. I will say it. No problem. I told this guy, this is not gonna work. Hey, ladies, it's not gonna work. He was doing nice guy, trying to see whether or not maybe okay, this and that. I will still be a hard worker and I'll still provide. Remember what I said. She's been divorced before for no reason. You know that's clear. Okay. Has a child that lives with them. Imagine you are paying for another man's seed. She's not working. All right. Westernized. No traditional values at all. I told him, I'm very quarrelsome. I said, guy, this is not going to work. He didn't want to listen. I said, okay. He was still trying to see whether or not things could change. It's not going to change. No problem. So he calls me from time to time. We talk. Guys, now let me give you the latest update. He called me yesterday in a little bit of a panic. I said, he sent me a text. And he told me that, my guy, you have no idea. You have no idea where I've been. I said, what's going on, bro? What's going on? He said, my guy, I just came out of prison. I said, what did you say? He said, yes, I just got out of jail. I said, what happened? He said, my wife. I said, oh, I said, oh. I said, wait, what happened? He said, this is what happened. He said that for some reason that he's now 100% sure that this woman has literally bugged all his cell phones. How? I do not know. How? I do not know. I don't even know. I didn't even know that this thing is possible for women to bug their cell phone. I said, really? They can do that? He said, oh yes. She said that because a lot of his conversations, she just brings them up just randomly. He is supposed to be going to Nigeria to go and visit. So apparently, in what maybe a text message or so before, she is suspicious that there is some girl in Nigeria that she wants to go and meet. That has been the crux of their issue. She's bitter, she will not let it go. She wants to just monopolize his life. So yesterday, he was at home. She now started following me all over the house. He was upstairs minding his business. She came upstairs, just started arguing with him for nothing. All right. He went back downstairs just to avoid, you see, once again, trying to avoid friction. You see that? I keep trying to tell you, what you try to say, you will lose. What you try to say, you will lose because you're a nice guy, no problem. So anyway, he goes downstairs to the basement, right, with his phone. The whole time to say, no, show me your phone, show me your phone, show me your phone, this and that, blah, blah. He locked the door of his basement. You know what this girl did? She barged through, she kicked that thing down, destroyed the whole door, right? She starts fighting with him. Listen, true story, just happened yesterday. This is a nice guy, good six-figure job. Wife is stay at home, has a child. He's supporting her, anything she wants, no problem. This is how she is treating him. She literally broke the door. She starts to fight physically with him. She bites him on the face, starts fighting with him, trying to take the phone away from the guy, this and that, blah, blah, blah. They get in the physical altercation, right? No problem. Guess what the next thing she does? She calls the police. She calls the police. She called the police. Next thing, 10 minutes later, the police are at his door. They come into the house. They separate both of them. They hear his side of the story. They hear her side of the story. Of course, she starts to crying. I'm assuming being very emotional, this and that. She lies on him, saying that he physically beat her, this and that, blah 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 blah, in his own house. Imagine, in his own house that he is paying for. Guys, what do you think happened next? After they heard both sides of the story, what do you think happened next? The cop put him in handcuffs, chains, and escorted him out of his own house. Took him to detention center. I don't know what they call it. She filed a restraining order on him. Now watch this. It so happened that yesterday he had an extremely important meeting at his job because he's one of the, I think he's one of the developers, right, of the big project. Him missing that meeting caused his job to lose thousands upon thousands of dollars because he was not there. Because he was not there. While he was in detention, she has filed a restraining order on him. What that means? That house that he has paid for, he can no longer enter for a specific amount of time, for at least 2 to 3 weeks. That is even before the judge even sees them. Now, while they were in the detention center, another nice guy, another nice cop, you know, because cops, they have a sense of who you are when they see you. The way you talk, this is why I always tell people, listen, if you ever get hemmed up, talk to cops politely. They have a sense of who you are. They know that, okay, if you're a bad guy, or cops are blessed with a sixth sense. They know who you are. Even when you are in detention, they just know that no, this guy is not he's not a usual. Anyway, so one of the other cops now, because he said that the first cop was so angry at him that he made the handcuffs, right, extra tight. He said the guy was in pain from when he was in a car, and those cop cars, they can be very uncomfortable, very tight. You will sit straight. There's no other anything. When you get there, one of the other cops observed him, heard the story, now loosened it up a little bit so he could breathe. So I guess he went to go and talk to the magistrate inside the detention something. They have a little office there, whatever. She now heard the story. This cop gave him 4 assault charges on his record. 4. First assault, first degree assault, second degree assault, and 2 other something assaults. You still want to be a nice guy? You still want to be a nice guy to these women here? Let me tell you what they will do. This is classic case. Classic. You are being nice, Abby. Don't worry. You're a nice guy, right? Don't worry. Continue being a nice guy in this United States. You're a nice guy. Okay, no problem. So watch this. So after the magistrate heard something, he got the ability to call a lawyer. You know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So they were able to dismiss 2. This story is deep, is a little bit deep. So they were able to throw away the first degree assault and another one. I think he still has just one more charge because they know that no, this guy doesn't have any record. He has nothing. They shall know. So they do a base. His lawyer helped him out. So anyway, he was able to get bail. Court date set, left. Now watch this. Oh, this story is not finished though. All these things I told this guy. I said, guy, this is gonna happen. Now watch this. Let me tell you what now happened. So because now he cannot live in his own house, now he has to find a place to go and stay. Whether hotel, something, he's going to pay for it. The trip that he's supposed to go to Nigeria on the 16th that has made this woman so jealous. For whatever reason, very insecure woman. Why would she not be insecure? She's cooking, not working. You know, it's all these women that are not working. Those are the ones that are always very suspicious because they know that they know deep down they don't really have anything to offer you. They know because she's 55, she can't have children anymore. There's nothing she has to offer you. So they're always very, very suspicious of everything that you do. Busybodies. These are the ones that be watching YouTube, getting ideas. What's this? And let me now tell you what now happened today. He was able to stay in one of his guys' place, no issue. But guess what now happened? On his guys, listen, tell me if you have heard this one before. Tell me if you have heard this one. Hear me now. In his house, he has a Ring camera. Tell me if you've heard this one before. He has a Ring camera, yes? All right. He was able to log in to see, I don't have Ring, so I don't know, but he was able to log in and see the activity in his house. The girl has now gone to go and he literally saw when the girl was using a black marker to put in front of the camera so that nothing can be seen. Because the Ring camera is placed on the outside of the house. So anything that's happening on the outside, you can see, no issue. But she went to go and put a black marker, this and that. I said, my guy, this is even before he told me anything. I said, my guy, be careful because now you can't even enter your own house. There's a reason why this girl is putting a black marker on the ring. Tell me if you haven't heard this one before. Isn't it the same thing that Tyrese's ex did? Is this not the same thing? Guys, is this not the same thing? When Tyrese was taking everything from his house and taking the dollar, did she not put a mask over the Ring camera? Now, where would such a woman learn such things? A woman that is a busybody that has no job, that all she does is watch social media every day. This is where these women get these ideas. Single women keep women single. When will you guys learn this thing? No problem. She did the same thing. Now watch this. Now, he was able to finally get a little bit of good night's sleep. His panic was actually that at his job, that, okay, hopefully he will still keep his job, this and that, blah, 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 blah. So he called me from his job today, so I think things smoothed a little bit over. He apologized and all that good stuff. Cool. So we thank God for that. That's cool. All right. But now guess what happened? Even before he told me, I told this guy this. I said, guys, see, when a woman is done with you, she's not done with you. When a woman is done with you, she's not done with you yet. You have just started. Especially if this is a woman. A broke woman. Listen to me. Everybody, listen to me. And everybody on YouTube, Facebook, everybody, I need you to, all you guys, all you nice guys, I need you to listen to me very well. When a woman that is not working, or a woman that is broke, that came into this marriage broke, or if she's a stay-at-home mother, or she's just not doing anything in her life, and you married her, when she is done with you, she has just started being done with you. She has not finished. And I told this guy, I said, guy, be careful. Because if a woman, okay, because he was lucky because I guess in the state of Maryland, yeah, okay, in the state of Maryland, because they've been married for only 18 months, she can't get alimony. And they have nothing together. I don't know how that whole thing works. And she can't go after any of his assets. Cool. And obviously they can't have kids. Cool. But I told him, that's good. But I told him, my guy, she's coming after you for something or anything she can come after. She's coming after you. Oh, you think a woman, a westernized woman, is not going to try to get as much juice out of you when she's leaving? Guys, let me tell you another thing that our fathers didn't teach us. This is point number 4. Another thing that our fathers didn't teach us is this. Now let this thing sink in for life, for the rest of your life. Let me tell you this. Because this is something that your pastors, these useless pastors, these useless pastors that they're just placating to women now in church. Everything. These weak men, so-called men. They will never teach you this one in church. Never ever teach you this one in touch. I will teach you. Let me tell you something. Women don't change. It's over. Especially when they have reached a certain age. It'll work. Who they are is who they are. They ain't changing, bro. If you are thinking I'm going to change a woman, it's a lie. They are not going to change. Default is a bitch. They know they will just revert to default. What they are comfortable doing is a lie. Women don't change. They don't. Listen to me. Let me tell you something very well now. The way you meet her, personality and all, is how she will be for the rest of your life. Especially, once again, especially once they have reached a certain age, they are who they are. They ain't changing. They are not changing. If you met her bitter, she will continue to be bitter. If you met her as a woman that cannot cook, she's not going to be able to cook. If you met her as a woman that cannot clean, she's not going to be able to clean. If you listen, and this is the one. This is the one. In fact, I know this part. This is when they really abuse me. All these women, they will abuse me on this. What I'm about to say. Listen to me. Once a woman has given her body to too many men, Irani, that is who she is. She ain't changing, bro. It's not changing. Whether you're married or not, she's not changing. He's not changing. She's not changing. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. What I mean by that is this. I'm not saying that when you get married, she's going to be cheating on you and so on and so forth. But let me tell you something. The chances of her being happy while you are married to such a woman greatly reduce. Once she has been with 5 men or more, greatly reduce from 80% to 25%. That's it. Why? Because she has been with so many men, right? Now she knows the best of the best sexually in bed. And woe to you if you are not on that level. She'll just continue, she'll just be constant. Why? Because women, they like variety. And if you are not able to measure up, she's able to what? Compare you back. See, God is trying to protect women from their memories. Because memories affect. I don't care if you are born again. You can be born again 20 times, no problem. The pastor, he dipped you inside that water 20 times, ironic. No problem. God has forgiven you for your sins. It's fine. No problem. But guess what? Your memories are still intact. They are still intact. That is your punishment. God has forgiven you. Okay, you won't go to hell. Okay, that's fine. No problem. If you change, no problem. That's God's grace. But your memories, God is not going to get. No. You will come. It is just there's a spirit that is now inside you. It is now inside you. Anyway, going back to this, my guy. I told this guy, I said, guy, this is a woman that does not work. This is a woman that does not work. She cannot get anything from you, child support or alimony or anything like that. She can't. Okay. She's angry. She's bitter. She's insecure. She knows that this is her last chance. This is it. 55-year-old woman, that's it. Everything is over. She too, she knows. She knows. She knows. I remember what I told you in the beginning. Women is not you they like, it is your financial resources that they want. I'll say it again. It is not you that they like. It is your financial resources, your provision that they want. I'll tell you the real thing. Now, if she does not feel like she can get any of that to you, she's not done with you yet. She's not done. What's this guy tell me today? When he called me, I was in the gym. Let me tell you what my guy told me. He said that he started getting several alerts from his bank. He started getting some suspicious alerts from the bank. The bank now called him, Bank of America. Bank now called him and said that we are seeing some suspicious activity on your bank account, and that we're going to have to block the card. He told me that in 24 hours, this girl tried to charge about $3,000 on the card. And they're working on trying to reverse those funds. Now watch this. This is where it gets deeper. When he now dug in to see what she was buying, right? Yeah. You know what this girl has started doing? Because she used to live in Chicago. Chicago girls, Chicago, Baltimore, Philly, New York, California. Look, those Houston, Atlanta, that's 7. Stay away from stay away from those women. Write them off. Write them. In fact, Baltimore, Philly, New York, Chicago, those 4. Never. It's never. Those are number 1. Those girls, those are the creme de la creme when it comes to finesse. They know how to. They were anyway. You know what this woman started buying? She has started putting deposits on warehouses. And you know the funny thing is, a couple of hours before he talked to me, I told him that this was going to happen. Like an oracle. I told him, guy, you know what I told him? I said, guy, the fact that she is putting a black something on the Ring camera, I told him, I said, guy, listen to me. She is doing that for a reason. Meaning, she is going to try to take all your furniture out of that home, because if she can't get anything out of you, no problem. She will sell your furniture. And he cannot go into that house now because I guess he must maintain a certain amount of distance, protective, whatever they call it. And that is what that girl has started charging back home to Chicago, where she wants to now go back to. Warehouse. So what we are now thinking is that this woman is going to take every goddamn furniture that's in that house and take it and leave him with nothing. He calls his lawyer or whoever is dealing with. You know what the advisor lawyer said? He said, in the next 24 hours, put an eviction or an official eviction notice with the courts or whatever it is, however it's happening. My advice to him was, while you are there in the courthouse, just go and branch to the other room and just go and file for divorce immediately. Don't even waste time. Don't even think twice. Don't think twice. It's over. God. The waste of time, waste of money. Forget about it. It's over. So, what can we learn from this? That's what can we learn from my friend's stupid mistake? What can I learn from? What can we learn? Everything that this guy has gone through, I've been through it. That's why I could identify. That's why I know how to identify. I don't listen. You cannot bring your marriage issues to me, and me, I won't be able to dissect it quickly. I can dissect things. Even if you think things are bad, and I say, no, it's not over. Stay in your marriage. Because I know what's up. Guys, let me tell you something. If you're ever going through marriage issues, yes, talk to a guy who knows what's up. Talk to a guy that knows what's up. Right? But listen to me. If you are going through a separation, and this woman has said it's time for you to leave, do you know who is really going to heal your wounds? Let me tell you who's really going to heal your wounds, because this is what really healed my wounds. Do you know who you should talk to? Talk to a woman who knows what's up. Oh, yes. Oh, they will give you the game. They will give you the game. Because for the longest time, when I went through my issues, right, I was thinking, am I a bad guy? Am I a useless guy? Am I this? Am I that? How could I have lost it? Like I tried, like this and that. She said, "Look, my guy, what's all this one that you're stressing yourself?" Said this woman, she sat me down. Look, let me tell you what women are thinking. You are the one overthinking these things. She said, no, it's not that serious. She now sat me down and explained to me. She didn't even know when she was doing it. She was just opening her mouth, but I was listening very intensely. She gave me the game. She gave me the game. Game about how to be when you're in marriage. About what women really like, not what they say they like. No. What do they really like? What do they really like? One of the problems that a lot of guys have when they're married is when they are married, you just lose yourself in the marriage. What are you trying to do, bro? Are you trying to lose your marriage, bro? What's the matter with you? Grow up. What do you think this is? Why are you doing this to yourself? You just lose yourself in marriage and your family. You know what I mean? Is that who she married? You not marry a woman, you just say now you become a family man. You are to a Western woman at that. Maybe that might work. Maybe that's just maybe. Maybe that might work a little bit for African women. It may work a little bit for African, maybe. But if you think that that's going to work for Western women, you are a fool. They will lose interest in you so quickly. So quickly, they will lose interest in you. You become a family man to a Western woman. Is a lie. Let me tell you the truth. What this woman was giving me game. Let me tell you something. You want to keep your marriage? You want to keep your marriage? Let me tell you what the true secret is. Let me tell you the true secret of keeping your marriage in this here America. Let me tell you the true secret. Let that woman know and believe that at any point you are ready to walk away. If she crosses the line, don't let that think you are an unstable guy that just for any flimsy reason. No. You're not that. That's not what we're talking about. Hear me. Listen to me what I'm telling you. A woman must know at any time that if she crosses your line, you're out. Sounds very counterintuitive, doesn't it? All these pastors, they'll be telling you, no, say stay because God will be angry. You are standing. Who told you that? Who told you that? God will be angry. Who told you that? One of the first things that God told women is you must respect. Yeah, but no. No marriage. Listen, guys, listen to me. No marriage can survive without respect. No marriage. Just save your dignity and just cut it off. And you as a man, you must be ready and be hell bent. You must be strong on that. You must be strong on that. Any woman enters my life because listen to me, you are the prize. Let me tell you something. You, men, especially we African men, we are the prize. Get it twisted. Don't let all these useless Western women be telling you any nonsense. Telling you nonsense. Yeah, you're not the prize. You mean you're not the prize. All my friends are making multiple six figures. Some are millionaires. What do you mean? We are the prize. We are doing very well for ourselves. We make 5, sometimes 8 times what the average man in this country makes. Never forget that. My first advice to all men is this: you want to keep your marriage? Good. Let me tell you what the pastor won't tell you. At any point, be prepared to leave if she crosses your line and keeps disrespecting you. Because let me tell you why. Once a woman starts disrespecting you, I tell you, it doesn't stop there. That means, let me tell you what disrespect means. Disrespect means she no longer respects you as a human being. Forget husband. She doesn't even respect you as a human being. You must fight for yourself and your dignity. What are you talking about? Fight for your dignity. Before you, that's why I always tell guys, before you say you want to marry a woman, listen to me. You must have dated this woman. You must have dated this woman for at least, you must have dated this woman for at least 2 to 3 years minimum. No issues. No child, what Danny? Trying to tell me. Listen to me. I'll say it again because some of you guys are hard of hearing. Listen to me. If you say you want to marry a woman, you must have dated this woman for 2 to 3 years minimum with no issues on a major level. Meaning, you have observed this woman very well. Can she cook? Is she submissive? Is she ready to play ball, be on your own program? Why not? Are you not the one that's going to be paying all the bills? Are you not the one that's going to give your life if anything happens? So is it so you're going to get on her program? Are you mad? To a Western woman who has spread her legs any kind of way to all these kind of men. Now you now want to enter that kind of thing to marry, and now she has the audacity, something that Pookie and Riri were getting for free. You are now saying that okay, you want to marry and put a ring on it, and she now won't submit to you again. Imagine the audacity of these women. The audacity of these women. Oh no. Oh no. At any point, and listen, date her for 3 years. That's number one. Number two, let her know straight. Look, even after we marry, I'm not planning on getting, I'm not plan. Oh, by the way, let us not, obviously, prenup, all that one is already set. That one is already set. That, in fact, as I said, that one is already, that prenup is already set. Because listen to me. Listen to me. If you do not have a prenup, if you do not have a prenup, if you do not, I don't care how broke you are. If you do not have a prenup, I'm telling you, she knows that, I have all the leverage now. This guy has, because if this guy becomes a something in the future, guess what? I'll take her. And then the damn thing this guy can do about it. Nothing. That means your ass. I don't care. Look, prenup is $1,500. Do it. That gives you power. And she knows that, look, this guy is protected, so there's nothing I can collect from this guy. So she would think twice about misbehaving. These are things pastors don't tell you. Pastors don't tell you these things about child support and so on. I will tell you. Useless pastors, weak men. I will tell you the truth. You think this is? Make sure you have that prenup straight. Number one. Number two, she must know that at any point, if she keeps crossing the line, you are out without thinking twice. No emotion. No emotion. Should I tell you why I said no emotion? Let me tell you why I said no emotion. Because when these women are out, they will leave you without any emotion. Heartless battles. Fearless faith. Kilo mean. It will leave you with you. In fact, it will blow your mind how heartless some of these women can be. How heartless some of these women can be. You'll be like, what? You are doing this to me after all I've done for you? We have children, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You were like, what did I marry? Oh. You think that it is not in a woman's nature to be self-preservative? Guy, you are mad. If you think a woman's first objective is not to preserve herself and her child, you have lost it. You got to know that. So you tell that woman, after you get married, listen, I do not plan on having children for the next 3 years. 3 years to date, another 3 years to get married. I mean, sorry, another 3 years to have children. We enjoy this. Let's see how this thing goes. Then after 3 years, is she still behaving? Because the woman can't. Listen. Women are who they are. They can't really fool you for too long. That's why I say 2 to 3 years before you even think about marriage. Because a woman would have shown you. Listen, a woman would have shown you who she truly is. She would have shown you in those 2. Because why? Life will happen. Guys, let me give you some red flags that, why did I do this to myself? God, why would I do this to myself? Let me tell you some of the things some of the stupid red flags I chose to ignore because I did not know anything about red pill. I did not know anything about mahogany pill or yellow pill, whatever they call it. No, okay. Listen. This is why I say 2-3 years. Listen, a woman will show her cards. Women are not that smart. They're not that smart. Listen. When things don't go her way, little things, how does she react? How does she react? When things don't really go her way, how does she react? I saw that red flag in my ex. I chose to ignore it. Why? Because she was fine. Oh, fine. No, we Nigerian men, we like ginger. You understand? Uh-huh. Don't blame me too much. Oh, call fine, honey. Oh, fine, it's all right. It's all right. She was fine. How does she react? That's number one. Number two, can she cook? Very, very important. Oh my God. Don't play with this one. Men, let me tell you something. If a woman cannot cook, next, because let me tell you something. I've known the difference between coming home to a woman that can cook and coming home to a woman that cannot cook. It just destroys. In fact, you feel like an Enshi man. You don't feel like a man coming home. You're like, well, I guess I'll be eating white rice from the what they call those things, those crock pots. Nonsense. My ex, ordinary rice. I didn't say jollof rice. Ordinary white rice. She did not know how to do. She will put dry rice inside this. What they call those things? These women will know. These something that you just put some water and just cover it, and that's it. Salt, no salt. Can she cook? That's a big one. Number three, the first time you go, listen to me, guys. You want to keep your marriage? Listen to me, and let me tell you the things you must do before you even get married. Listen. The first time you went to a house, what did it look like? Guy, let me tell you, I know the game. I am the guy that will give you game. While you're married, before you marry, and what to do after marriage. I am your guy. That's why this channel is called Divorce Matters. I know everything I've been through it. The first time you went to a house, what did it look like? When you went to her kitchen, what did it look like? Oh, and this is a big one. When you went to her personal bathroom, what did it look like? Let me tell you something. I've been with some very dirty women. And let me tell you something. If you ever in life marry a dirty woman, know that she will never, ever change. If you marry a woman that before you guys got married, she was dirty, she would never change. In fact, if you try to change her, that is another recipe for disaster, and divorce is coming soon. Why? Let me tell you why. Because that is not who she is. You are trying to change something that is not. It's like you're trying to change what is. It is what it is. Like they say, it is what it is. Change it, bro. So these are some of the red flags that I saw in my ex that I just chose to ignore. Ah, my God. Another one. Another one. These are the things you must do even before marriage. Another one. How does she handle her finances? How does she handle her finances? Is she a responsible woman? How does she handle her finances? Hmm? How does she handle her finances? You must ask this, you must observe these things. This is what I say 2 to 3 years, life will show up, and watch how she reacts. Now, here's the key part. This is the key part. In fact, if I'm going to be very honest with you guys, sincerely, I'm going to be honest with you guys, sincerely. Let me give you a game. The problem with most men is this: even after they have seen the red flags, because men are not subject to a lot of sex, they choose to ignore the red flags because they know that no, I cannot leave this girl. No. I can't leave this girl. Only God knows when the next time I'm going to find a girl like this. Guys, I am telling you this because I have been through it. Before the wetness behind my ears left. Oh, I never had a problem getting girls. No. I never had a problem getting girls. That's not the issue. My issue was I did not understand the statistics. I did not truly understand females' nature. I didn't. And most of you don't. But the thing about it is this. Listen. Listen. When a woman starts showing you all these different red flags and you do not leave, let me tell you something. The big man upstairs will just be like this. You see yourself. The red flags were there. Listen to me. Why did my marriage fail? Why? It was my fault. Completely my fault. I'm a man. Listen, I'm a man. Whether you guys want to say alpha, beta, sigma, Columbia, whatever, I don't know what it is. I don't know what you want to classify me. No problem. But I'm the kind of guy, I take accountability. It was my fault. Completely my fault. Whether even though it was, whether it was even because I fought for the marriage, I fought for the marriage, and it still didn't work, it was still my fault. Guys, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You listen to me good. You ever come to me looking for a consultation, us talking, listen, it's your fault. It's your fault. As men, we must take that accountability. Yes, it's our fault. It's our fault. Because somewhere along the line, you fail to either you fail to recognize the red flags, or you chose to ignore those red flags. That's what's happening to my friend now. See his life now. And the guy, I believe, has a security clearance. And if there's any kind of thing, assault, he loses it. Very good paying job. You see? All because he wants to go and marry a 55-year-old Western woman that has nothing to offer else. Look at it. Look at it. She caught him at a very vulnerable time. How was I able to recognize that? Because that is how I also met my ex-wife at a very vulnerable time. Later on, I will dig deeper into why my marriage failed. I'm not ashamed of it. It was before when I did something that I was ashamed of marriage, that I was ashamed of divorce. What's my own? When in the black community, 3 out of 4 marriages are breaking up. Join the club, especially in this country. Why will you not get divorced? Divorce only happens to people that get married now. In fact, guys now are saying, well, that's why the divorce rate is starting to drop. Because people are not getting married anymore. They say, what? Married for what? What are we trying to prove? Married for what? Me, I don't want children. I don't what? What are you married for? They know the game. Marriage, no. Marriage, listen to me. Marriage does not in any way benefit man. No. There's no benefit. Especially married to a Western woman, there's no benefit. Now, fool yourself. What's the benefit of marrying a Western woman? For what? Because the whole time, when you're married to a westernized thinking woman, you're walking on eggshells. Is this the day? Did I do something to because let me tell you why. You can be as gung-ho as you think you are. You can be as muscular as you think you are. You can be as alpha as you think you are. She knows, okay, no problem. At the end of the day, guess who has my back? The government. And guess who has the government's back? Guns. You got pimples. She has guns, you have pimples. Who win? No chance. You stand no chance. So, guys, this is what happened to my friend. And this is why I am truly passionate about this whole divorce thing. My friends, even when I was going through my stuff, right? Even when I was going through my stuff, some of my friends, my wretched, bloody bastard friends, those boys are so bad. My boys from Atlanta, they don't send. They are married though. But they don't send. They don't send. What I mean by that, you guys who don't understand what I mean by don't send, means they don't give 2 craps. They innately, they know, look. Even if they don't know innately the female's nature, they are just naturally bad guys. And look at it. It is so same bad guys that these women claim to. My boys, they were telling me, they said, guy, this thing is not going to work. I said, this thing is not going to work, bro. It was me that did not want to listen. You see that? Whether you choose to accept it now or you choose to accept it later, if it's not going to work, bro, it ain't going to work. And God is not going to be doing, God is not going to be there to put a blanket over you. That's one thing I learned. When you're crying alone in the bed by yourself, when you can't get out of bed, like, look at me. At one point, I couldn't get out of bed for like a day or so. Look at this. God must have looked at me like, look at this guy. Look at this little boy. This guy, this woman must have done. In fact, he had to come into my dream to say, go, guy, leave her. That's all he told me. He said, leave her. He just walked back out. That's why I said, okay. You're not breathing. Okay, let's get back to business. That was it. So, guys, and for all you guys who are listening to me, now you know why I've created this channel. Because I can tell you, I'm about to wrap this thing up, guys, because I can tell you this, guys. There is a spirit of divorce that's happening in this country that needs to be addressed. There is a spirit of divorce that's happening in this country. And the last thing I want are for men who are truly looking for love, who are truly looking for marriages. The last thing I want men to do is to go into a relationship not really knowing what they're about to sign themselves into. At least I will be the conduit. I will tell you, guys, This is the way it is. So now you have to make the choice. But at least you know that you knew what you were getting yourself into. You knew. Okay? You knew. One thing that this is where I suffered, was I can tell you guys, I honestly, with all audacity, I did not know anything about female nature before I got married. I did not know. I just didn't know. And my friend, he didn't know either. But now he knows. But I've been telling him, guys, this. But you see, you know the funny thing is, this is another thing, right? This is another thing that your father doesn't tell you. You think that all these divorce stories, they're just things you hear from other people's experience. That I doubt that this thing can happen to me. Who told you that? Who told you that? You think she won't leave you? And why do I focus on the woman leaving the man? Because, guys, it is the reality. 80 to 90% of the time, it is the woman that files for divorce. If she is college educated, it is 90% of the time. So this has nothing to do with men, because we don't leave. It is the women that leave. Whether she gave vows or she didn't give vows, guy, when it's time for her to leave, she ain't gonna remember any of that. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. When it's time for her to leave, you know what these women do to justify their nonsense? You know what they'll do? Well, I thought God told me to marry, but apparently, obviously, like this thing, we're just too contentious. So it must not have been. It must not have what they always say. It must not have been. It must. It must. You know what they say. It must not have been God ordained, or it's not what I'm talking about. But it must not have been. It must not have been right, or something like that. They'll try to weasel their way out of it. Maybe it just wasn't. It wasn't really meant to be. That's what it is. It wasn't meant to be. That's what they always say. They won't think about any vow that they gave you. You see that? So, what's today's lesson all about? Guys, be careful out there. My man just left jail. In one day, he almost lost his job. He could potentially lose his security clearance. He potentially could be out of his house, still being required to pay for the mortgage. But he also could potentially lose all his furniture because he married the wrong woman. Okay, guys? So, guys, I'll be doing more and more of these videos with stories. I'm the guy that's going to keep it real with you. Before marriage, during marriage, and after marriage. This stream was all about, okay, little things to do to check before marriage. Now I'm going to tell you guys, my next stream, I'm going to talk to you guys about what to do while you are married to keep your marriage. You want to keep your marriage? I'll tell you the things to do to keep your marriage. And all you guys who are getting out of marriage, there'll be another stream to tell you what to do after that one is over. Okay? So guys, please, if you don't mind, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that good stuff, right? Hit the bell thing for notification, right? So you can get more. The like helps, the algorithm, whatever it is. Okay, the algorithm, all that good stuff, right? So help me do that real quick, so that YouTube, does all this magic tricks behind the scenes. Okay. So until next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Right. Talk to you soon. Peace.